It demanded total oversight. Every factory, every farm, every shipment of steel or grain had to be planned, tracked, approved, and priced in Moscow. Millions of bureaucrats processed data by hand while inspectors flooded production sites endlessly, producing an avalanche of reports. By the late 1950s, the Soviet leadership faced a terrifying realization. The system was generating more information than any human organization could possibly control. Some Soviet scientists understood the solution. Computers could process data faster than any human bureaucracy. A nationwide computer network could, in theory, manage the entire economy in real time. And for a brief, dangerous moment, the Soviet Union stood at the edge of something revolutionary, something that looked disturbingly similar to what would later become the Internet. One of the men who saw this future clearly was a military engineer named Anatoly Kitov. While American engineers were still struggling to connect early computers without catastrophic failures, Kitov imagined a digital nervous system stretching across the entire Soviet Union. Data would flow automatically from factories and farms into centralized computer centers, eliminating inefficiency, corruption, and human error. To Soviet planners drowning in paper, it sounded like salvation. But Kitov's vision collided with a system that feared transparency more than failure. Soviet generals refused to share their military computers with civilian planners. Party officials feared what machines might reveal. When Kitov dared to present his plan directly to the Soviet leadership, the response was ruthless. His project was rejected, his career destroyed, and his name quietly erased. Not because the idea failed, but because it worked too well. The idea survived through another man, Viktor Glushkov, a brilliant mathematician who understood something Kitov did not. The military would never cooperate, so Glushkov designed a purely civilian network, larger and more ambitious than anything the world had ever seen. Tens of thousands of terminals, hundreds of regional computer centers, and a single national system feeding directly into Moscow. A paperless economy, a machine-managed state. When American intelligence learned about Glushkov's plan, alarm bells rang in Washington. If successful, such a system could have given the Soviet Union unprecedented economic efficiency. Some feared it might even surpass the West. But those fears revealed a crucial misunderstanding. The true strength of American technology was never the machines themselves. It was the system that surrounded them. Inside the Soviet Union, corruption was not a flaw. It was a survival mechanism. Factory managers lied to meet quotas. Ministers manipulated data to protect themselves. Careers depended on hiding the truth. A computer network that tracked every transaction in real time threatened the entire Soviet middle class of power. And so the project stalled, delayed, defunded, and ultimately killed by the very people it was meant to